Hello, this is Retreat Briefing in Thursday. It's March 14th, and today's thumbnail is BNB skyrocketing to the moon. So, the BNB crypto increased about 95% in month, and it increased more than 40% in this week. So, if Ethereum had a Denkun upgrade, BNB had a chain upgrade, which made it increase more faster. And the highest point of BNB was $692, and if this atmosphere continues, it might break through it. So that's how bullish the BNB is right now. So starting with the dominance, the Bitcoin dominance is similar with yesterday, and Ethereum dominance fell, altcoins dominance increase, and Tether dominance is keep falling. So it seems like the monies are spread evenly to the market, but still in Bitcoin's bullish tendency. Altcoins pumping will continue for a while. And this is a Goya Dominance 1 chart from 12 p.m. in Tuesday and 11 a.m. at today. So the Goya dominance is keep just fluctuating under 10 points, so moving up and down, and now it is minus 13.2 in 11 a.m. in South Korea. So it's not a big minus, but the market seems to give a small correction overall by looking at this dominance chart. So today at night in South Korea time, there are major releases such as PPI or etc. So I think they are giving a slight correction before the announcements. And this is a liquidation heat map for last 24 hours. And as you can see, the Bitcoin increased and liquidated short positions, and Ethereum fell and made a long position liquidated. So the altcoins are confused to follow. So since the Bitcoin and Ethereum is moving in opposite ways, so they are having a chaotic time right now. And the total liquidation is about $218 million. And since the long positions liquidated more than short positions, so we should think of correction will continue until today night. And this is a liquidation heat map for last 4 hours in 11 a.m. in South Korea. So Ethereum and Bitcoin both had a slight correction and liquidated long positions. But it's not a big amount, but the overall market atmosphere is very chaotic. You can see that Solana increased and BNB, which I told you at the beginning, also increased. So the market is very up and down. So it would be a volatile day. So keep that in mind while trading. And these are the release announcement, anything that made in today. So these are the major economic releases. So retail sales and continuing jobless claims, in which we can know about the hiring status in the society of United States, and PPI. So it might affect both US stock market and crypto market. So I suggest you to avoid or pay attention while trading. It's 9:30 p.m. in South Korea time. I don't know, I'm not sure when is in US. So, and this is a article which I mentioned in beginning, the BNB upgrade. So BNB increased about 95% for a month and increased 40% this week. And they will start the testnet in April, after magnet phase in May, and finally in June the mainnet hard fork is planned. So BNB crypto seems to have more power to increase after going through the past highest point. And also, not only BNB is a cryptocurrency in Binance, but also a big mainnet that makes a lot of cryptos with BNB chain. So cryptos that want to list in Binance, most of them use BNB chain. So now many cryptos will definitely choose BNB chain in future. So BNB has a power to break through even to $1,000. So I suggest you to keep an eye on it. So yeah, inspired by Ethereum's Denkun. And this is a article that beside Bitcoin ETFs and halving issue, there are still two more events left that will bring a big explosion to the Bitcoin, said the Bloomberg analyst Eric Balchunas. So first event he mentioned is that Bitcoin ETFs are still not available on any major brokerage platform. So those platform is a place where experts supports customers to make a decision for investing, and they suggest products that seems good to invest. And if they suggest Bitcoin ETFs to the customers, then the much more asset might gather to the Bitcoin. And I've shown you some articles that banks are also interested in Bitcoin's ETF right now. So more interest, the increasing interest to the Bitcoin, then the more money will flow into the Bitcoin. Then eventually the price will keep go up. And the second event is a launch of options trading for Bitcoin ETFs. So he predicts options will be available by September this year, if it's fast enough to do that. So if these two events come, then the Bitcoin might rise more, besides halving and eat those big issues. So it's a positive prediction for a Bitcoin. And this is a liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, and the short positions liquidation is near this 74k line, and long positions are at 71k. And it seems like Bitcoin will probably move between these two areas. So I think looking for a good buying place when the economic release is made at night, the price will move up and down and would be volatile. So I suggest you to find a good place to buy if the price falls. About here, I think. And this is an Ethereum's liquidation heat map, and by looking at this heat map, Ethereum seems to move between these area. It's $3,950 to all the way up to here, 4,150. So we have to wait, just like Bitcoin, until night and see how the price will move after the release. And this is a RSI heat map, and it seems to spread out more than yesterday. So we can understand that cryptos are rising and falling just diversely. So watch this RSI heat map carefully and try to find a big fall in cryptos in the chart to make some rebound profit, or you can find a overbought cryptos to wait them fall by doing in short positions. It's your choice. So I suggest you to watch RSI carefully. Now let's move on to the Goya Premium chart for specific coin analysis. So the dominance for 2 p.m. is minus 21.3 right now. So it decreased more comparing to 11 a.m. So this means that the market's correction is getting stronger. So it's if the point is under minus 21, then the market's tendency is quite bearish. So Let's start with Bitcoin. So this is for today. So starting from yesterday, we had an L and LB and L2 signal all together at once, and it just broke through the Goya line and increased, but it got resisted by this resist line. It's 73.77, about that, 77K. So it was resisted by this line, and it just went straight down to the 71.7K, and then eventually it's trying to recover right now. So it even reached all the way up to the resist line. So this area seems to have quite a strong resist line right now. So the Bitcoin is trying to break through it, but you can notice that the overall candlestick is way much moving. I mean, the Bitcoin is gathering power really close to this resist line, and since the Goya line is keep pointing upwards and the candlestick is moving above the Goya line, so I personally think that Bitcoin is gaining power in order to break through those 74.5K's short positions assets, I think. Now they are preparing to do that. So you can see the price right here. This is a trading view. It's Binance, and now it's keep trying to go up or upwards in order to liquidate short positions. So Bitcoin still has a lot of power in the market, so the assets are not quite spread yet. So I think the bull market in the altcoins will take some time. So altcoins would be volatile for a while. And now for an Ethereum, which made a slight correction from yesterday. So just similar time with Bitcoin. We had an L, an LB, and L2 signal and broke through the Goya line, went up, but with an S and SB signal and S2 signal all together, it went straight down to about $3,930, and now it is moving under the Goya line. So it seems like it is resisted by the Goya line right now. Now it is trying to recover somewhere near here, so under 40,000, at 4,000, it's 3,900 something. So I think if there is another L signal and supporting candle signals, and if it breaks through the Goya line, then it would probably try again to go up and liquidate short positions assets. But right now it seems not that easy. But yeah, when after Bitcoin's price adjusting finishes, then it will be highly possible for Ethereum to do something. So this line is, where is it? It's yesterday's highest point, acts as a first resist line. So if the Goya line breaks and then goes more, then think of this line as first resist and this line second resist. So if it breaks through everything and goes up, then it will try to liquidate those $4,150 short assets. But if it fails to break through the Goya line, since the Goya line is pointing downwards, and the S signal and S2 signal is still remaining, then it will probably just try to fall and move near this yesterday's lowest point, which is $3,935. So think of just moving in between these lines. So I think Ethereum move in sideways for today. And let's have a look at Ripple. Now with this big increase from Ripple, it went back to half of this big increase, and then it's moving in sideways right now, but with an S signals and RSIS signal. It came down to the came down the Goya line, and now it's moving under the Goya line. But still, it's trying to keep touch the Goya line. So, like these circumstances, it is important to see whether it breaks through it or gets resisted by the Goya line. And then if the signal comes, then it would be a time to do something. Now the Ripple seems to gather power, I think. But the score chart is pointing a more decrease for right now. So just think of Ripple would move in sideways, but little bit downwards. So let's have a look at support and resist line. So this place, yesterday's lowest point when the decrease started, this big minus candle, 0.668. Think of that line as a first resist line. And if it drops more, and this big long tail over here, 0.65, think of that line as a second buy line. So if you are on a spot trader, I suggest you to wait till here if it falls. So if the Goya line acts as a resist line and the price goes down, think of these line as a good place to buy some and wait for Ripple to rise back up. And if it breaks through the Goya line with additional long signals, then this place, 0.7, would be a big resist line. So keep that in mind. And finally, the Dogecoin. Dogecoin had a laser beam right here, so with an L3 signal, sudden L3 signal. So L signal and LB signal back there. So with this three combination of short signals, it went down, and right after this we got an LB signal, so the trend was trying to break through this Goya line's resistance, and with an RSIL signal and the additional L3, which means a very strong long signal, so it is skyrocketing right now, and now it's stuck near here. So if you press Heikin-Ash candle, the overall trend changed into strong bull market. But if you see the historical movement with this big increase or big fall, there would be definitely a adjustment all the way about middle of this long candles series. So this line, we have a big gap right now, so it is difficult for Doji to just fall directly to the first support line, but think of possibility to drop about here, so near 0.18. I think Doji will definitely have a correction, but I don't know when it will start, since the score chart is also pointing upwards more. So I think Doji will possibly go more, but just keep in mind that these long candles, series of long candles upward, would definitely have a downward correction to about half of that long candle. So this connected long candle acts as a one positive candle. So think of the half line always as a correction line, and have a careful trading if you're a futures trader. So if you just try to go in and put a long position right now, who knows who knows how Doji would just start going down from now. So always keep that in mind while trading. the Bollinger Band it's already broken, so the time is coming for a slight correction about half of this line, so keep that in mind. Yeah, and thank you for listening to this, watching this briefing, and I hope you guys to have a safe trading today, and thank you.